What is going on, everybody? It is your observant lineman here, Uche Waneri, along with my guy, 5 Points, Vids. What is going on, brother?
What's going on? We finally got that week one out of the way.
Got it out of the way, yes.
Some teams are feeling good. Some teams are feeling bad. Half the teams are feeling bad. So,
yeah. This is Lineman Life Live. Appreciate everybody for being in here with us today. We are going to get right into it. Week one of the NFL is done. Some surprises, some shocking surprises, some craziness, a little bit of everything in the NFL spectrum as far as games go. And we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about this week coming up. We're gonna look at the matchups that are gonna be in the week 2 of the NFL season. We're gonna try and once again pick out which games we think are gonna go which way. Before we get started and all that, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the Observant Lineman Uche Waneri if you haven't already done so. This is your first time on the stream. Welcome. And we're going to start it off by taking a quick look at our predictions from week 1. Week 1 was one for the books, I believe, one that we all can will remember for some time to come, especially when you think about that Monday night game that we had with the Raiders and the Ravens. That one was one that we definitely did not see coming. Well, I saw it coming. Let me just say that first. I saw it coming. I predicted accurately how that game would end. And while it took a minute to get there, and then it was something like a movie, a Michael Bay movie at that, we did get the Raiders pulling out the win. But here we have our predictions actually from week 1. As you can see, we did all right. We didn't do terrible. Got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wrong out of all the matchups for that
10
week,
and 6.
Week 1.
That's 10 a playoff. 6. That's a playoff season there. That's
a playoff. That's a playoff berth.
Yeah.
In most seasons in the NFL.
That's a wild card right there.
Yeah, that's a wild card. So we came across there, and I actually put a little bit of this online currency on that Dolphins New England game and that Raiders Baltimore game and got the payout on that. So looking good there. But let's take a look at week 2 in the NFL.
I don't even remember what I predicted. I shot my mouth off. I'm not good with predicting things. So I think now it's a little bit easier to even call these. We've seen the first week. We've seen what a lot of teams have. And, now we can kind of take a look at it, and we can make these calls a little bit more hastily when we look at it. We got New York at Washington. This game, this one's actually not that easy to pick. These are two teams. The defense of Washington obviously comes into mind first, but they did lose their quarterback in Ryan Fitzpatrick. So, these are two teams that are built to face each other. So usually the Giants play well in FedEx for whatever reason. I've been there many times. Usually I've only seen them lose once, and that's when rookie RG3 was in there. Usually it's always about 50% Giants fans too. But I don't have much confidence in this Giants team. The thing that I saw on Sunday against the Broncos were all the things that, you thought that they addressed in the offseason, and they didn't address any of it. So Washington was a better team than them last year. They were a 7-win team. And I think the Giants did beat them twice, but the Washington overall was a better team. So I would not put much faith in the Giants right now. So I'm picking the Redskins for me, but you can pick the Giants if you want to waste your money.
You know what? I got faith in your Giants. I got faith in them. I'm picking the Giants for this one. I think, it's going to boil down to, obviously who scores more points, but you look at Washington on the offensive side. They don't have Fitzmagic back there. And we saw Heineke he had his moment. He had a moment last year when he played, but I wouldn't necessarily expect too much from him. I'm going to go out on a limb and say the Giants got this one. So I'm going to pick them as my squad. Now,
ballsy.
Next up, the Bengals and the Bears. I think this one's. I think this one is this is actually a tough one. It's actually a tough one because the Bears, I mean, didn't see a lot out of them on offense last week. And while the Bengals did beat the Vikings, took overtime, and I don't know.
Bears look really like
convinced.
Okay, if they're still trotting out Andy Dalton, like, come on, they are tanking right now. I don't think they want to win this game. I think this is a play for next year, and maybe they're keeping Gus or Nagy in there because they know he's like a manager running a mafia front, like a tax write-off. That's what he's doing. They're just like, do what you do best, Matt. Lose 14 games. And I think that the Bengals will pull this one out.
You know what? I'm going to roll with you on that one. I think the Bengals got this one as well. I think they got this one as well. We got a $10 super sticker from my man, Mexican Iron Man. Mexican Iron Man, thank you very much, man. Got that super sticker up there.
Super sticker.
Mexican Iron Man is one of the loyalists. I love it. I appreciate it, brother.
Mexican, wouldn't that be L Iron Man?
L Iron Man, Iron Man El Mexicano.
No. Actually, I got to look it up now. I took Spanish in high school, but now I have to look up the word for iron so that I can get this right. Google Translate. All right. Iron. No, you can keep going. I'll get this.
Okay,
in a little bit.
Got you. While we're waiting on him to figure out how to say Mexican Iron Man in Spanish. Moving on to the next one, we got the Houston Texans at the Cleveland Browns, and I mean, I'm sure that people in Houston are somewhat excited for the win that they got against my Jaguars last week at home in their home opener. But I don't think that really speaks to the true strength of the team. And their ability to go up against quality opponents because the Jaguars were not a quality opponent. And I'm calling this one easy. Not easy because it's never easy in the NFL, but I'm calling this one pretty confidently for these Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
Get it done.
Yes, it's El Hombre Planchar.
El Hombre Planchar.
Mexicano. That would be the Iron Man, Mexican Iron Man. El Hombre Planchar Mexicano. There we go. That's me putting my Spanish to work. All 4 years. I even lived in Panama. I couldn't speak a damn word. I could get around.
I'm born and raised in Texas. I had to take Spanish starting in the ninth grade, and I still can't speak barely but a couple sentences.
Go down to Laredo. And then
Laredo, Texas.
Oh yeah, dude. I've never seen a town that had border checks 40 miles inland. I was like, whoa, what the fuck are y'all doing? We're in Texas, okay? The border's down there. Anyway.
No, right? I mean, that's how it was when I went to we played a couple of bowl games in El Paso when I was at Purdue, and it was like, you can just walk right over there and you cross the border.
Yeah.
Go get you some beer.
Yeah, you're in Mexico.
You're in Mexico now.
By the way, I agree. Cleveland is going to curb stomp the Texans.
Yeah, this one's not. I don't think this one's going to be a particularly close game. Although, I mean, you never know. But I've just got a feeling about that one. Next up, we got the LA Rams in Indianapolis against the Colts. Now, I will say this. Going to the Colts Stadium to play is a weird experience. Now, the old Colts Stadium, I think it was the RCA Dome, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, the inflatable.
That stadium was a hard one to play in because, it was sealed in. It was loud. Everybody's kind of packed in. That was one of the harder spots to play when or my first few years in the NFL.
And the turf was pretty bad too, right?
Oh, the turf was. They changed it when I was there. They changed it to the field turf.
Oh, okay.
But it was a loud, it was like really rowdy, loud, hard to play in, and they knew how to be loud when you're on the field, but when the Colts are on the field, it's dead silent because Peyton would have none of that.
Yeah,
if they even get a decibel louder than he's comfortable with, he'll turn around and bust middle fingers up at the crowd and tell them to shut the fuck up. Nah, he wouldn't bust middle fingers, but I've heard stories from teammates who played, like one of my high school teammates, Melvin Bullitt. He was safety for the Colts when they went to the Super Bowl. And he was telling me how Peyton Manning was such a dickhead in practice. He would cuss out anybody who interrupted his process.
I'm sure, but he earned that. Ability to cuss people. He was like, "You don't fucking, if you're not going to be fucking there, just sit." I could see him being like that. And I heard Phillip Rivers was like that, but didn't cuss. Like he was very polite about it. I heard that he'd be like, "Golly willikers, guys, you guys got to block better," and then they'd be like, "Fuck you." Like,
Peyton would be like, "We're not practicing in pads today. I don't give a fuck." And they'd be like, "Okay, Peyton,
whatever you say, mister.
Whatever you say, it's on you."
Mm-hmm.
But in Lucas Oil is a much easier place to play, so I don't think that crowd factor is going to come into effect as it's not going to be as crucial as some may think.
Crucial.
I'm going with LA in this one. I think they go in there. I think they get it done.
I think Pat Stafford is going out strong. So he's only got 1 or 2 years to prove himself as that he's elite, and that Detroit was the problem, and he's on a revenge. He's like Tom Brady the year after Spygate. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's on a revenge tour. Revenge.
And I mean, I'll tell you what, too, man. Like I'm like happy for that dude. I really am happy for him because he survived, dude, and many people don't make it out of there.
No, a lot of people are so angry they just quit. They're like, I mean, fuck Detroit. Like Detroit is like an abusive relationship. It'll end your career. It'll end players' careers prematurely just out of spite. Yeah, they're like, you know what? I'd rather just not play football at all. Fuck it. That's how dirty they do people. They're just like, no, I'm not coming back. I don't want to ever do this again. But Matt Stafford, he obviously had more football in the tank, and they did him a big favor by trading him.
Yeah, they did him a huge favor. And now you look at Jared Goff and you see his face on the sidelines during the Detroit games, like,
what the fuck? Take me back to LA.
He's like, oh my God, what am I gonna deal with?
Right.
Holy crap. All right. So we know we know that we got LA on that one. Next up, we got Buffalo at Miami. This one is a little different. I'm looking at
I like Buffalo to bounce back. I think Pittsburgh just kind of caught them by surprise. I like the Bills to bounce back here.
This is a tough bounce back game if there is one.
Feels like a trap game, but I don't think so.
It feels like a trap.
They already fell for their trap though last week. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. There's gonna be a. I guess those rose-colored glasses kind of probably came off after that loss again to Pittsburgh. It's like, put in the work, get your ass ready to go out there and play some ball. It's not just gonna happen for you. So I'm gonna ride with you on that. I'm gonna say Buffalo. Next up, New England at the Jets. Boom. I think we already know how that's going to play out. These Jets are not
trash.
They're trash.
God, that money line is terrible. Yeah. Oh my God, that's almost like a value bet where you would throw away 100 to win 210 on that. That'd be a hell of a bet.
That'd be a hell of a bet, and I mean, you're getting something back if you win. If you bet against them, you're getting some good pay. But
yeah,
I don't like living that dangerously.
Hold on 1 second. I got to make sure my son came in, so you can.
Got you. And next up, we got Niners at Eagles. It's another game that I think is kind of going to be one of those straightforward, kind of solid thumpings. Niners are going to go, look who we got. Look who we got.
Hey, what's up? Hey. Sorry I'm late, man. I had to finish up some rendering.
No, man. You are all good. We got Urinating Tree. We got Tree in here.
Oh,
made it.
I get up and he comes in.
Yep.
That's how it is.
Oh, I've been sitting here for a couple minutes. It's just like, okay, I wonder when they're going to notice me.
The Yinza.
The salty yin.
Okay. Well, you missed some of the picks, so, don't worry about it. We still rolling down through over here.
Rock on.
We got Niners at Eagles. I'm thinking this is going to be a solid 10, 14-point Niners thumping. Unless they decide to pull, the shit they pulled last week and allow a team to bounce back after being up 3 scores.
Tree, I gotta ask. Is sports ball coming out tonight? Sorry,
yep, that's what I was rendering and uploading.
Okay. Oh, it's dropping soon.
I'm hoping it's good. Like as I said, I had a new editor with it, and it's like I had to fix up a few things. So
that's how it works. Sometimes you have a new editor, but you're like, I don't need to send this for him because
I had to screw. I mean, he'll get it right. It was for a first start. It's just like, get him up to speed with how I do things. So I mean, that's more on me than anything.
Yeah, but you got to trial run somebody. You can't just ignore. You know what I mean? Like you can't just keep putting it off. You need them to edit. Sorry, Ooch, we're hijacking.
No, y'all good, man. Y'all good. I was just gonna drop a little shameless plug in there to the chat. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Make sure you share this live stream. Let's get some more people in here to help us march through these picks. And also after this live stream, before the end of the evening, I would say before the end of the night, I will be uploading my Tennessee Titans O-line breakdown from the shellacking that this O-line took at the hands of the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, yeah.
When I tell you that looking at the all-22 film that I was so lucky to fall upon because it's not available in the U.S., watching that film and breaking it down because I did my edit and I chopped up all the plays and I broke them down into good, bad, ugly. There were so many bad plays from that offensive line. It looked really, really bad. And you'll see that when I upload the video tonight. But, man, it was not good. And it was actually pretty damning for a certain left tackle. In some of the ways he got beat, I just could not picture how. I mean, you'll see when I drop the video because I felt like a certain kind of way about how he was playing the game at a certain point because it just did not look very good at all.
Yeah,
did not look like somebody who was interested in being out there. And I know that he owned it from what I hear after the game, but I mean, there were some cardinal sins that he was committing on the field as an offensive lineman.
Yeah,
that I will speak on when I drop that video. So make sure you hit that notification bell so you are ready to get notified when I do that. We got $5 super chat from YOLO Swaggins. YOLO. Says, I'm going to the Bengals-Bears game with a few of my buddies. I was hoping to see Burrow versus Fields, but Nagy seems to be adamant not starting Fields. Now, look, I will say this. There's a reason that I believe that is happening, and I honestly, after looking at this Tennessee O-line, it kind of confirms that what I'm feeling about what they're doing with Fields is actually the right thing to do.
I think
you don't want to get that guy massacred out there. I think they need to let him sit for a while. Let this season, minimize his chances of being seriously injured by not having him play the entire slate of games as a starter. Get him some plays in there here and there. But I mean, maybe week 6, week 8, you look at, okay, let's make a switch. If your fate has been determined, then maybe you make the switch to start getting him some reps and some experience. But I mean, if you don't have an offensive line that's ready to block for this guy and ready to keep a clean pocket for him, then it's gonna be all hell.
Mitch all over again.
You're just gonna be repeating the mistakes of the past. So, I would implore, stay away from that. Anyways, let's get back into it. I'm going with the Niners on this one. I think that you guys are probably we probably have a consensus on that. unless somebody knows something we don't about these Eagles. Man, I know they won last week, but come on.
Yeah. That was a gift matchup for them.
Yeah, that was a gimme. Next up, we got Raiders, Steelers.
Y'all are football. Sorry,
I could not contain
Paul's
the
hope is going strong.
What do you think here? What are you guys thinking?
I like the Steelers all day.
I really want to say the Steelers, but the Oakland Raiders, or the Raiders in general, are absolute kryptonite for the Steelers. I have no idea why, but they can't beat the Raiders. They beat them with Terrell Pryor. They beat them in 2017 when they were terrible. They beat them with Bruce Gradkowski. They just keep beating the Steelers.
Gradkowski.
Yeah, Bruce Gradkowski. It's like we can't beat the Raiders. It's weird.
I wouldn't. You know what? Like, no one thinks about that when they're playing the game, though. They're just like, man, we always lose to Raiders. I don't think when you're trying to execute, you think about the past.
That's no. Like the only person who's been there the whole time is Ben.
A coin flip is 50-50 each time. The coin doesn't know that the last 50 times it was heads. Like it gets flipped every time. So I think the Steelers win. Steelers win.
Hope so.
Can take them downtown.
You know what? I am going to be the voice of dissent here, and I'm going to say these Raiders just caught fire with that last minute win. You know, that kind of win does something to a franchise. Sometimes it sends them into the into that hemisphere of a long winning streak where you're going to see them run off 4 or 5 in a row. And I think that might be this time because really nobody seriously except for myself.
Wait a minute. Is weed legal in Georgia right now?
It's decriminalized in Fulton County.
Okay.
Where Atlanta is.
Saying, y'all must get the good shit because
we get the good shit.
You must have popped in live picking the Raiders to beat the Steelers. Okay.
I'm taking the Raiders. Now, I know you guys picked the Steelers, but I'm putting it here because I'm going to put something on this. Let me put a little
300 on that.
I'm putting that on those Raiders.
So Brett Coleman,
they came through for me last week. I'm going with them again.
Brett Coleman last week, I think, hit a 5-team parlay when the Raiders won. 5-team. I think he risked 200 to win 1,000, something like that. Ooh. That's like ridiculous. Because a parlay, it's like so many things have to go right for you to hit it. That's why Vegas is like, yeah, we'll let you try to get 5 games in a row correct. We'll see what happens there. If you do that, the more power to you. Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. I'm going with them. Sticking with it. All right. Next up, Saints at Panthers. I think this is a solid Saints for me. After seeing what they did to them Packers.
Yeah, and the Panthers barely beating the Jets. I'm with you there.
Yeah, going with that. I think we're all good on that one. Broncos at Duval.
Oh, jeez.
I'm willing to bet that if they lose this game, Urban Meyer goes to USC.
I don't know about that. It's too early. Come on. He's not leaving in 2 weeks.
All of a sudden, he starts pulling up in a U-Haul truck instead of his Benz or whatever.
He pulls up in a big-ass U-Haul. Hey, guys.
Instead of the Mayflower, Baltimore moving to Indianapolis, it's going to be Urban Meyer leaving in the middle of the night in a Penske rental truck going all across California. Is that
across coasting it.
Right. He's going to – so – I've talked to Tree about this before. I used to keep some jobs that I had. I would keep a folder of all the things that I needed, and it was called the shit for the get. And you would just resign, grab your folder, and walk out. Like you would just leave all the shit, all your pens and notebooks and shit that you don't need.
You got everything you need just to start the next round.
Yep. Just like, all right, I don't need anything here. I got my shit for the get. Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I think you know what? Home opener, probably against my best interest. definitely, I mean, likely against my best interest. I'm going to go with my Jags on this one. I'm going to go with my Jags. I'm not saying they're going to. Well, I'm picking them out of loyalty rather than out of logic.
Okay.
Leave it there.
I say Denver. I think they're gonna.
Yeah, Bridgewater looked really.
He looked
good.
very efficient. That's peak Bridgewater right there.
Yeah, he's like Jake Plummer was. Like, no mistake, Jake. It's like no shit the bed bridge or something. I don't know. We'll have to come up with something.
No Midge Bridge.
Yeah, no Midge Bridge. No cannon fodder Bridgewater.
No Hitch like Bridge.
Cannon fodder Bridgewater.
Yeah.
Teddy Bridge underwater, you mean?
Yes, Teddy Bridge over water. Like, I don't know. Bridge is smart. He's gonna be one of those guys. Like, you play him in Madden, like he's not gonna turn the ball over. Real frustrating.
He's a good manager. He's a good manager of the game. Yeah, I'm not gonna say I disagree with you guys. I'm just picking out of the loyalty, I guess. I mean,
there you go.
I'm willing to take that L.
It's fair.
Willing to take that L just this once. Now, next up, we got Vikings at Cardinals. I think that one's a pretty straightforward one to pick as well. Cardinals at home, opening the season after they just came off a nice, solid win against them Titans. I mean, solid. Yeah. Minnesota doesn't have a fucking chance.
Yeah. Minnesota's trash. No
Falcons, Bucs. Falcons at Bucs.
Dude, that's going to be destruction.
Look at that money line. Hold on. Look at the money line.
Minus
800.
So you need to spend $800 to make 100. So if the Falcons somehow win, you get a $550 if you spend 100.
I mean,
that would be an insane bet.
These motherfuckers might score 100 if you let them.
That would be like you betting on the Patriots when they went down 28-3.
What's the line? I don't see it.
I don't know what the line is.
I don't know.
I don't care. It's probably double digits. Probably like minus 12 or something. Tampa. That'd be, it is a divisional game. You never know in a divisional game. Remember last year it the Raiders beat the Chiefs? Came out of nowhere.
This is true. This is true, but we're talking about the fucking Falcons.
Yeah, it's true.
The team that blew 28-3. The team that blew 28-3 again the next year. Twice.
Yeah, they
just got their ass blowed out last week.
Yeah.
There's not even no.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I'm trying to create that seed of doubt.
Yeah, you trying to make it entertaining, but we know this one's not going to be an entertaining one. Now we got super chat here, $10 from Jason Gaines. Jason Gaines, appreciate you, brother. He says, interesting that the media glanced over the blatant OPI on the Bucs wide receiver Godwin on their game-winning drive. Not surprising that RK Outpost and Jeremy deep throat Brady each week. Washington football team will beat the G-men.
It's Tom Brady.
Spicy.
The most famous play in Michael Jordan's career was a push off, right?
Yeah, that you know what? You noticed that, right? With that Jordan, that shot he took against Utah.
He pushed off on his leg. He
pushed off Russell. Yeah.
But the thing is, Jordan made it look, he knew how to cheat.
He made it look smooth, but you could see that left wrist just go across his body a little bit.
He gives that little, but the refs weren't going to call Michael Jordan in the last.
Oh, hell no! In the last shot, no, they're not. No.
The second part is he had to hit the shot, right? Like he had to drain it.
Had to hit the shot. He sat there with it too, just like
that. There's never been an era of an athlete more that you just counted on than Michael Jordan, right? Like even in today, maybe Brady to make a throw like when it's 4th and 10, maybe. But Michael Jordan was as automatic in those last 3 years as a Bull as anyone that's ever lived.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Very good.
And I'm not looking at this through rose-colored glasses because his compatriots like Steph Curry or LeBron James have had the same opportunities and they have not done what Michael Jordan has done. Same opportunities.
Hell no. Dude, Michael Jordan is in a league of his own. He's in a league of his own. Basketball today, you touch a guy, they blow a whistle. Back then, cats used to go after Jordan, and he was still getting the buckets on him.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could actually hand check back then. You can't even touch a motherfucker now. Mexican Iron Man for another $5. Appreciate you, Mexican Iron Man. What do we say it was again? How do we say
El hombre planchar mexicano.
El hombre planchar mexicano. Uche, I am with you. Go Jags. I never liked Denver. Post Elway from my alma mater. Where the fuck did Elway go to college? I forget.
Stanford.
Yeah, that's right. Stanford.
And the band is on the field.
Got you. All right, so we got that with the Bucs. Next up, we got Dallas at Los Angeles.
Some bad news out of Dallas today. Tree, I just set you up. What happened?
Yep, DeMarcus Lawrence is actually out for a good bit. It just reported by Adam Schefter. He's apparently out till November.
Yep.
What?
What today at the end of practice?
Yeah, he had a foot injury.
Yeah, broke it.
Wow, broke his foot.
Piece. It's a big piece. Yeah, but I think that's like as long as they have Leighton Vander Esch and they're better players. Like
also Jared McCoy's out for the season.
Vander Esch is an in the box guy. He's not a guy who's going to be covering or dropping in zones and being able to cover tight ends.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a bad loss. I like the Chargers in this game, but
I like the Chargers too. I'm riding the Herbert bus all
and then
fucking
Scooter will be down to his last loss. They'd have to reel off 15 straight if the Chargers win.
The
Cowboys out 0-2. Scooter will be down to one loss for the no losses for the remainder of the year. So Scooter will be buying what? He's got to buy. Tom, what? I forget. What's the bet there?
What's their bet? What's their deal?
Tom is a manipulative. Tom Grossi, he's a manipulative little shit. He's taking advantage of Scooter's hubris like so much. Like and Scooter cannot back down from the bet. I'm like, Tom, stop. So you're like the kid taking this but
he allows it to happen.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but like
because he can't let his pride get out of the way. Right. He has to ride with the Cowboys.
Pride cometh before the fall.
That's right. We should take Scooter to Vegas and just watch him just lose all of his money.
No, if it's Cowboys related stuff, he's gonna lose all his money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we should take him on a day when on a Sunday when the Cowboys are like on prime time and be like, "Yo, dude, like take all the prop bets too, Scoots. Come on."
Man, that's
live betting.
Funny. He's just letting them play him up like that.
Yeah, but.
Ooh, next up.
I love the confidence in the team because you rarely meet people that are like that in real life.
Yeah, true. I mean, I'm like that with my Mavericks though, because I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan.
Yeah,
I ride with them on anything.
There's no team that I'm a fan of that I talk shit of that I just know that they're just so good. And when I'm always a pessimist. Like doesn't matter, even if it's a meaningless. Like even with me rooting for Red Bull this year in Formula One, like I'm just like, I don't know, they might not do it, All right.
Always preparing for the worst.
Yep.
All right. So we got next up on our list here. We got Titans at Seahawks. Ooh.
That's a different element. I mean, do the Titans respond to how badly they played? Seattle looked decent. They kind of crushed them.
Seattle looked like Seattle. I mean, they did their, Russ was cooking.
It's very cooking.
He was cooking. Man, honestly, dude, I look at this matchup and I mean, going to Seattle is the problem because maybe if it was at home, they have a different look. Going to Seattle.
Oh, it didn't stop Arizona last week.
Yeah, but going to Tennessee is different than going to Seattle.
I like Seattle.
I like Seattle in this one too.
Yeah, I'd say Seattle
in this one too. Man, Tennessee, that'd be a rough start. 0-2.
Well, you're in the right division to go 0-2.
Dude, it's not.
Yeah.
0-2 happens, man. It
the Steelers were 0-2, and they went to like 7-2-1, even though they missed the
Giants started a season 0-2 and won the Super Bowl. So, and they were down 24-0 at halftime or some shit. 24-7 or something.
Yeah, but I don't think their expectations were as high as maybe Tennessee's were.
Yeah. That's true.
And that's got to be a little demoralizing.
Mike Vrabel's dick is on the line. Why wouldn't they?
No, his dick's on the line if they lose to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't you want your coach to castrate himself?
Yeah, true. You think if they have a bad year this year, I think he'd just be on the hot seat for next year.
I think they'd give him 2 bad years in a row, but I would think that Vrabel would be a very long-standing fixture in Tennessee.
Yeah, I feel like he's kind of that. He's taking that little Jeff Fisher role now.
Yeah. So good old 7-9 is mighty fine. Good old 7-9.
All right, so we got Seattle on that one. Next up, we got Kansas City at Baltimore. Now, this one I think is a big matchup.
Juicy.
I mean, Baltimore, this is really huge for them, but I mean, I got to go Kansas City again.
Yeah, I think Kansas City, they just handled probably the class of the AFC North in the Browns. So I know that they're on the road, but Kansas City's a good road team too.
Ravens played like shit. I mean, they should have won that game.
Yeah, they should have. And and the Ravens are banged up.
Oh, they're more banged up. I mean, they lost their starting guard, Tyree Phillips.
Yeah, and Villanueva is unfortunately playing.
Well, Villanueva is playing the wrong position, and he's also
unfortunately playing.
Yeah, bad news for them. Villanueva's healthy.
Yeah, that one's going to be rough. That one's going to be rough for Baltimore. They kind of all of a sudden now they're in the thick of it. They're wading through mud.
Yeah,
wading through mud. And finally, on our predictions here, we got Detroit at Green Bay. There's a part of me that is like, what if Green Bay comes out and fucks it off again? Then
if they lose to Detroit, I feel like they're going to rip heads off over there.
Yeah, if they lose to Detroit, there's a small chance somebody might get fired at the top.
I mean, it's probably going to be the defensive coordinator.
Yeah. They cannot lose to Detroit, and they're at home.
Cannot lose to Detroit at home. No, there's no way. This is a feel good game. This is a get good game.
Yeah. This is a get right. This is a get
right game. Get that good feeling back in your system.
Yeah,
we're good. We're good.
Yeah, for sure. I got to take Green Bay here. Got to take
Green Bay. Now that we got all those picks done, let's take a look at the tier maker. And let's see who we got or where we're going to move these guys around, because I feel like there's some shuffling to be done.
Every day I'm shuffling.
Shuffling. All right. So after last week, looking at spare some change, governor.
Spare some change. Oh, you got to reset it.
Governor.
Oh, yeah. I used to work with this guy.
And we just make adjustments?
I used to work with this asshole, and his last name was Shovelin. And every time I'd walk by, and I'd be like, every day he's shoveling.
God, I would hate your fucking guts.
No, man, me and this other dude. Oh no, I didn't say it to his face.
Oh,
good.
Damn it.
No, me and the other guy that we were his subordinates or whatever, because he was like the president and he was just a douchebag. And me and the other guy that worked underneath him would just make fun of him to no end. Be like, every day I'm shoveling. All right, sorry. Y'all don't need to hear about
work. Y'all go ahead. Go ahead.
Nah,
man, we all have our bad work stories. That's how it always goes.
Yeah.
I have them.
Yeah, you probably had some shift leader that you hated at.
Oh, dude, there were a bunch of people I hated.
Yeah.
We called the dude Dickie.
Dickie?
Yeah. Dickie. I don't know how he got the name. It's just like he's fucking asshole. Nobody liked him.
Nobody liked Dickie.
Welcome to the working world.
Right. It's my turn.
Is it really your turn, though?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be your turn to completely say for that.
Let's make these tiers. Let's tier these makes. Let's do this.
I'm going to tier this tier maker's ligaments.
Man, my views are going down since you uploaded sports ball.
It'll pop back up.
No, I know.
It's just the first of the week, and it's like, oh wow, it's new, exciting. The vid I'll release probably Friday or Saturday is not going to get shit, so whatever.
All right, let's take a look. Let's start off Tennessee. I think Tennessee, after what we saw last week, I think they gotta fight for the right.
They gotta
fight for the right.
To party
with strippers and cocaine.
Well, let's start with our trash layer here. We got the Jags still asking for some change.
Put them down there.
Lions still asking for some change.
Mm-hmm.
Vikings still need that change. You got to get some change.
Mm-hmm. Texans clearly trash.
Yes, they're still trash.
You ain't even put the Jets down there yet.
I couldn't see them. They were flying so damn low.
Yeah, they were crashing and burning down there. Hello, Governor.
We got the Jets down there.
Splash some change, will ya?
Who else? We got the Giants down there.
Yeah. Who you picked, though?
I did pick the Giants.
Mm-hmm. Eagles. No, wait. Falcons, Mike. Falcons.
Yes, Falcons. Mm-hmm. Got to spare some change for my Falcon, Governor.
I think they may need a little more than sparing change. They may need some.
I'm not
mind giving us a car loan.
Well, more than car loans. They need a grant.
Do you have any Bitcoin? Mate?
No, I'm sorry. You only get to save the kids Bitcoin. Sorry.
Let's see now. What about? Okay, so the Eagles, right? The Eagles.
You putting the Eagles down there despite winning in week 1?
I give them don't give me hope. I think that's the bird right there. Down here, this is the bird.
Bird is a word.
I think don't give me hope is the Eagles.
Yes.
For now. Now, what about the Cowboys?
Fighting for the right.
Yeah. Fight for the right still. Yeah. They looked good. Even they were just up against the buzzsaw.
They're losing parts. You know?
Yeah. Now, what do we think about these Patriots?
I think they're in the don't give me hope stage right now until they prove otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there were a couple fumbles away from beating Miami, but nope.
Yeah, don't give me hope.
Don't give me hope. Please don't do it.
Please.
Let's see.
Don't give me hope.
We got Seahawks. Seahawks are going to be in here. It's my turn.
I think the Cleveland Browns are it's my turn.
Yep, I say so too.
Cleveland, yep. I think they're in there as well.
Yep.
Dolphins, I think, are fight for the right.
Dolphins, they got to fight for their right to party.
Mm-hmm. They do. They got to be like MCA. Same with the Washington football team. They got to fight for the right.
Yeah, it depends how you feel about Fitzpatrick's injury.
Arizona.
That's what I was saying. That's the big thing. The Fitzpatrick's injury. They're
still going to scratch.
That's what they said.
Heineke's decent,
but it was kind of a foregone conclusion, don't you think, that Heineke was Fitzpatrick was gonna suck at some point, right? That's his career arc.
That's his career. That's his story arc.
This just saved him the part 1, which is balling out for the first 5 weeks. You know, he was going to end up on the bench. Any team that has Fitzmagic as their starter for the whole year usually misses the playoffs by like 1 game.
Yeah, I can ride with that. Now, what about these Cardinals?
They're looking very. It's my turn, baby.
Nah, I'd say fight for the right still. Once again, consistency.
Yeah,
they went in against a team that is it's my turn team and demolished them.
Yeah.
This can change week to week now.
It's fluid. It's a living document.
It's fluid. This is a living. Yes, exactly. I think these boys are I think it's my turn for them.
Okay.
I think it's my turn for them. They
Bears
looked good. I mean, what's his name?
Should not be giving anybody hope. The Bears should not be in the
Bears are one more loss from being straight trash.
Yeah, they're just above. And actually, the Panthers are the same boat, but in a different way, right? Like
Yeah,
like that's the miserable. Please don't give me hope because I'm gonna have to start following you and wearing my Panthers gear to the grocery store, and you're gonna
having expectations.
Uh-huh.
If I have to have expectations when I never thought I would, that's setting me up to lose all hope.
That absolutely.
Set me up.
Don't set me up.
Set me up.
Don't set me up. Don't get me emotionally invested.
Now, what about these damn? What about the Raiders? What do we think about the Raiders?
They're still don't give me hope stage.
Yeah.
They
need two more wins. Two more wins, and they can fight for the
give me hope win.
Yeah, they got to start 3-1. They got to start 3-1 to get people hope. Or even 2-2. I think even after 2-2, you're still optimistic about your team, right? You're like, oh, could be worse, could be better. We're not in it. We're not out.
2-2 means you're at the brink, which means don't give me hope. Because if you lose again, now I feel like seasons might be over.
Right. But 1-3 or 0-4, 1-3, you're like, oh, we got to win this week. There's no.
Yeah, we got to win.
Next week is a must win. You're already in a must win situation in week 5, and 0-4, you're done. You're finished.
Yeah, 0-4, it's over with.
Yep.
It's over.
Start
now you're playing for pride before you even get to fucking the trade deadline.
Start scouting underclassmen.
Hey, man, I tell you what. I know what that feeling is like.
Yeah.
I had it 1 year. There was 1 year that we had that I literally was like, damn, we're already not playing for shit now.
Yeah.
And that was with Mike Mularkey in 2012. I was seriously like, oh, dude, it was the most demoralizing feeling I've ever had as an athlete. I was like, it's week 5.
Right. Because you're doing
and we are 0-5.
You're sacrificing your body, and then one more trip around the earth, and you're just playing for nothing. Now you're not even chasing, like you're just like, I'm just gonna play, I mean, I guess the pride thing, it's a job, right? But still, it makes it more interesting when you're playing for something, right? I would think.
By week 5, motherfuckers were walking to each other in the locker room like, yo, I'm done, yo. Like, fucking, yo, I'm done, yo.
Right. It's like, I don't know. I've worked for many companies where you're not getting a raise, right? Or you're just like, all right, I'm just gonna come in and work and for 4 hours, maybe 3, and then I'm gonna leave at 5 o'clock. Like, that's what's gonna happen. I'm not staying after. Man. If you ask me to do something, I'm getting to it tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah. Don't ask me to be in here at 6 a.m. I ain't coming to watch no extra film.
Yeah. Extra film for what?
I ain't the motherfucker who's fucking this up. You are.
Right. You're the one that doesn't know what's on the film.
For real. Y'all the motherfuckers who ain't reading the film right.
Right. You're Jamarcus Russell over there with the blank tapes. All right. Where are the Ravens?
Ravens are.
That's tough.
Fighting for the right. Until they're eliminated, they're a well-coached team that always kind of just sticks around.
Yeah, but are they too banged up right now?
They're tough out. They made it tough on the Raiders with half.
They got a lot of injuries too.
They're going to get healthy. Next man will be up, and the savior, Le'Veon Bell.
No, you mean Devontae Freeman. Devontae Freeman.
Yeah, Le'Veon Bell. He's not rapping no more. Didn't he have a rap career?
He needs to finance his next album. That's why he's back.
I'll give him a fight for the right. They can stay in there for now. They're on the brink, though. I mean, well, I wouldn't say they're on the brink, but they've got the arrow's not pointing up. It's kind of just lateral. The arrow's lateral.
Wow, my mom trying to say the word lateral. So, Adam. You rattle roll. Yeah.
Now, what about these Bengals? They got to win.
Bengals.
Don't give me hope.
Yeah, they're definitely, especially with Burrow and the win against Minnesota.
Yeah,
absolutely.
There might be a lot of Cincy fans emotionally invested in this team only to have them let them down at some point.
Oh, they do that every year, though.
Yeah, that's true. Even if they make the playoff.
I watched Tom Grassi's little video on the day after, I guess, where it's like the NFC or AFC West.
Yes, they react.
And the fucking Raiders come punching in the door like all hyped up, like, motherfuckers, y'all see the game? And everybody's like, motherfucker, we all won. What the fuck you talking? And they defer to the Chiefs, right? And I feel like Raiders fans are kind of in that mode where they're like feeling themselves real hard, but deep down in their heart of hearts, they're like, God, I hope we can keep this up.
Right. Let's see if we can string some together here. Let's see if we can string it together. But this week I'm going to talk shit. This week I'm going to talk shit. This week
they're going to talk cash shit and can't nobody tell them nothing because we on the same level as the Chiefs. We on the same level as all of y'all. But that's going to change. Oh, it will change.
Oh, it will.
Now, what about these Colts? These Colts definitely, I feel like the Colts are approaching trash. Quickly.
Very close to trash. I think they're still in Don't Give Me Hope.
Man, the AFC South has fallen so far. Jeez. I remember even when I was a player, like 4 out of my 7 years, we were still like considered like one of the top divisions
the
in football.
Toughest division for sure. The Colts were always good. They were Super Bowl contenders every year.
And there was a couple years in a row where it was us one year and then the Titans one year. It was like we had two teams out of our division go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh man, those days long gone. Anyways, next we'll get to them in a minute. Let's go with San Fran. I think San Fran's in we got to fight for the right now. They're but they're ascending
against Detroit. It's that was a little rough.
It was rough, but I think the simple fact they won keeps them distant from Don't Give Me Hope, closer to It's My Turn than Don't Give Me Hope. Now, if they would have lost that shit, I mean, they'd have been Don't Give Me Hope, but closer to trash than they were to We Got to Fight for the Right. So we'll see how that plays out. But next up, we got the Broncos. Where are the Broncos sitting at here? I think they're fighting for the right now too.
I'd say so with how they played against the Giants. I agree.
Yeah, they're fighting for the right. If they put in another game like that next week, then you better watch out.
I mean, that is Jacksonville. Maybe give it a few more weeks.
Okay. If they start 4-0, 4-0 though, that's the thing about the NFL. Okay, on the flip, if you're 4-0, like you shouldn't be all that confident. A lot of teams have gotten out to fast 4-0 starts and been banged up by the end of the year and just not been shit. Like 4-0 is it's one of those things where you're just cautiously, you're like, all right, hopefully, unless
4-0, you're waiting for the collapse.
Right. Unless you're
not a team that has proven they can handle that.
Right. Unless you're coming off of a Super Bowl season, you are not confident.
If you're not confident that this is going to keep going undefeated.
Yeah. For sure.
Like even last year when the Steelers were what, 10-0, 11-0?
Yeah. You probably doubted a little bit.
I was like, they're going to run into one of these teams that's going to beat them. Somebody's going to expose them because they ain't ran the ball at all this year. They're not running. How are you 11-10-0 and you ain't running the ball? That's not going to continue to happen. I was watching their film, so I was just kind of like, yeah, this is getting ready to hit. They're getting ready to hit that big speed bump soon enough. All right, so next up. Where do we put these Chargers?
Probably in Don't Give Me Hope. Maybe a little above that. Maybe Fight for the Right.
Ooh,
I don't think they're my turn in it.
No, not yet. I think
Fight.
I think fight. There's a lot of teams that fight for the right after week one. I think because winning solves all. So you get a little boost from winning. Winning cures all the problems.
Many.
Even though we'll find out where a lot of these teams' deficiencies are in about 3 or 4 weeks. We'll know where some real deficiencies are because, as they win, nobody is thinking about the deficiencies. Neither are the coaches. They're not thinking about them either, or they're ignoring them, which is a constant thing with sports. Like when you're winning, your overseers are like, "Oh no, don't worry about it. No big deal. As soon as you lose, you see this shit we've been telling you for the last 3 weeks." Pointing at the film. You see this shit?
I
gotta be coachable, man. Gotta be coachable. Shit. All right, so coming up to the rear of this, let's see here. Steelers, Yinza.
What
are we thinking?
I think they might be. They're probably in. It's my turn. I kind of want to put them and fight for the right, but I mean, beating Buffalo, as ugly as it was, and they technically shouldn't have won. They're going to be pumping they're pumping the engines.
I think that's a boost. I think they were solid fight for the right before, and that win, that has to have an effect. It has to. Kind of reinforces that Steeler way, that stellar way of grinding out the win.
It feels so much like 2020, though. Same damn thing. Defense and special teams bailing out a suspect offense.
Until the Steelers are out of it, they're always going to think it's their turn.
Oh, always. Dude, even when we're 5-11, we think it's our turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. And the team that they defeated, Buffalo, I think they're fight for your right just because that was a game that that should humble them a little bit. So with humility, you take a step back and you take a step down and you reevaluate. You look inward. And I think they got to do that for at least 1 week. I think they're in fight for the right. Because remember, even though they had a great season last year, in my opinion, they are a show me team. Just like teams like Jacksonville, just like teams like Minnesota, just like teams like, most of these teams in trash are show me teams. Yeah. If they are good, they have to be good for a while for us to buy it. Now, if the Giants were good out of nowhere, I would kind of buy it because the Giants are not traditionally a team that, goes on long spells of just sucking. And, the Vikings, they have to win every week by 10 points for me to actually believe they bout some shit. Same with the Jaguars. Jaguars. So, coming into the last, coming up, pause. Now, we are in the last of the dying breeds here. Green Bay, what do we do with them?
I still say it's my turn because of all the pressure and reputation.
Well, these guys were the bad guys just 7 days ago. So they definitely have to come down.
I mean, getting smacked by New Orleans, you're still in that category. I feel like you're that's a wake-up call.
Yeah, that's a wake-up call. They go down a notch. Now, what about the Saints in return, though?
I say it's my turn.
My turn. Boom.
You smack a team like Green Bay, you're gonna.
Yeah, you better be thinking that you're good.
You better have that confidence. And I mean, honestly, man, I would say I think that more so than any team in the league, the Saints should have a level of confidence that is that's deadly. Because it looks like they might have the quarterback that they need.
Yeah, and Sean Payton, he's a great coach. He knows what he's doing.
He's one of the best strategists as far as, coaching. He's one of the best strategists in the NFL. There's only a couple of coaches that can outwork him. He just happens to have to play against them every fucking year in the playoffs. So that's the curse of it. Now, what about these Rams? I think these Rams go into it's my turn as well. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, with Matt Stafford, for sure. They've got a quarterback that's very capable now. So there it's my turn.
And then we know where the final two juggernauts lay with our Chiefs and our Bucs. They're the bad guys. They're the guys we love to hate and we hate to love.
I think the Saints could get in the bad guy category by the end of the year.
I think they could be in there as well. I think they could be in there. I think the Browns could be in there.
Yeah. Or the Packers. If the Packers get their shit together, then they'll be the team that, that I think there's going to be a lot of resent for the Packers if they get good. with all the people that are just like, oh, this fucker
with all that off-season drama.
Yeah, with all that drama, and they're still good. Like, fuck, you know. They said they were going to do it, and they did it.
I agree. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is your week 2 tier maker. We've made our predictions. We got our tier maker. Now we just let the dominoes fall where they may. And we will see starting tomorrow. Who plays tomorrow night?
Washington and the Giants.
Yep.
Washington
Giants.
Well, that won't really tell us much of shit, but it'll be football. Football will be on. But with that, I want to thank my special guests, 5 Points, Vids, and my man Tree, Urinating Tree. You guys are always a pleasure to have doing this. It's more fun when I got people to talk to when I do it. Because sometimes, I can't hear the chat. I can't hear them unless they spend money.
I can't hear people yelling at me. All right.
No, we got this tier maker done. I do appreciate everybody for being in here. Appreciate you guys in the chat for being in here, hanging out with us this evening. Like I said, after this, in the next hour or two, I will have my O-line breakdown for the Tennessee Titans up and ready to premiere. So look out for that. Make sure you retweet it. Make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe. Do what you got to do. But we are going to call it a live stream here for this evening. I am your observant lineman, Uche Waneri. Appreciate you guys very much. And we will catch you all next week for the next tier maker live stream. I will be on my normal live stream time again on Friday at 7 p.m. So make sure you look out for that. But we will catch you all on the next one. Hope everyone has a wonderful night. And we will catch you then.
Mm-hmm.
Peace out.
Peace.